Before you continue watching this video, take a moment and listen carefully. This message might have reached you for a reason. Today, I want to share a short story that has inspired many people and reminded them that faith can change everything. There was a man named Daniel. Daniel was an ordinary man who worked very hard every day. He loved his family and always tried to do the right thing in life. But sometimes life becomes difficult even for good people. One year, Daniel suddenly lost his job. At first, he thought he would find another one quickly. But weeks passed and then months passed and nothing worked out. Slowly, his savings started disappearing. Bills began to pile up and the stress in his life kept growing. Every night, Daniel would sit quietly in his room and ask the same question, God, why is this happening to me? Maybe you have asked this question before too. Sometimes when life becomes hard, we feel alone and confused. But what Daniel did not know was that his life was about to change in a way he never expected. One cold evening, Daniel was walking home after another unsuccessful job interview. His shoulders felt heavy and his heart was filled with disappointment. He felt like giving up completely. As he walked down the street, he noticed a small church. The lights inside were soft and warm. Daniel had passed that church many times before, but that night something felt different. For a moment he stopped walking. Something deep inside his heart told him to go inside. Daniel slowly opened the door and stepped into the quiet church. There were only a few people sitting there. The place was peaceful and silent. He sat down in the last row and closed his eyes. In that quiet moment, he whispered a simple prayer. Jesus, I don't know what to do anymore. Please help me. Daniel did not expect anything to happen. He simply sat there for a few minutes, trying to calm his mind. Then something unexpected happened. An elderly man who was sitting nearby gently looked at Daniel and smiled. The man slowly walked toward him and sat beside him. The old man said something that Daniel would remember for the rest of his life. He said, Son, sometimes God removes something from your life because he is preparing something better for you. Daniel looked at him with confusion and said, But how can losing everything be good? The old man smiled kindly and replied, Because faith grows strongest during the hardest storms. When life becomes difficult, it does not always mean God has forgotten you. Sometimes it means he is preparing you for something greater. Then the old man said one final sentence, Trust God's timing. Those words stayed in Daniel's heart long after he left the church that night. When he went home, something inside him had changed. His problems were still there, but his mindset was different. The next morning, Daniel woke up with a small but powerful decision. He decided that he would not give up. He began praying every morning and every night. He kept applying for jobs even when things seemed impossible. Days passed, then weeks passed, and slowly things began to change. One day, Daniel received a phone call about a job opportunity he had completely forgotten about. It turned out to be a better position than he had before, but something even more important had changed inside him. Daniel realized that faith does not always remove the storm from our lives. Sometimes faith gives us the strength to walk through the storm. His struggles had not destroyed him. Instead, they made him stronger, wiser, and more grateful. From that day forward, Daniel never forgot the lesson he learned in that quiet church. God's timing is always perfect, and sometimes the hardest moments in life are actually the beginning of something beautiful. If this message touched your heart, take a moment right now and write Amen in the comments. And if you believe that God always has a plan for our lives, like this video and subscribe for more messages of faith and hope. Remember this, no matter what you are going through today, you are not alone. God is still working behind the scenes for you.